Do you want to move your life forward in the most positive way using astrology? Then let's talk about the astrological patterns for September 2022. September begins after a big wave of change that started in August when we had the Mars-Uranus nodal axis conjunction. And this was very important because we all got a blast of electricity going through our system that was designed to jiggle loose stagnation. Did you feel it? I certainly did. There's a huge wave of change happening in my life. We sold our house where we've lived for 26 years and we're downsizing and giving things away, selling things. It is a gigantic change for us, and absolutely stagnation and stale energy has been released because we are actually picking up items and moving them. Interestingly enough, I don't want to make this just about my own life, but I have received numerous emails from people saying they're experiencing the same thing, whether it's a move or not, that stagnation seems to be releasing. So we begin September with that in mind. And I bring this up because starting in early September, we have Mercury opposite Jupiter. And this is going to happen 3 times because Mercury is going to go retrograde and hit that same degree 3 different times. So the time frames for this will be the first hit, September 2nd. The second hit will be September 18th, and the final hit will be October 12th. So keep those dates in mind. Those are the 3 times Mercury in Libra will be in opposition to Jupiter in Aries. And this is important because this is a developmental period for us to be very clear about harmonious thinking. Jupiter in Aries is very assertive and dynamic and growth-oriented, and it's kind of ego-based because it is Aries. It's competitive. It wants to win. There is an ego component to it. But Mercury in Libra is very much oriented to fairness and harmony and grace. So we get to develop in September and October thinking that is aligned with our own needs that we have on an ego level, but it's also aligned with harmony and peace. Grab hold of this. Be very clear that there is this expansion period offered to us in our thinking. And we know right now in the world, there's a lot going on, especially in the United States. There's a lot happening politically, and it's going to get more intense until we hit the midterm elections if you're a US citizen. So this thinking that is positive, this thinking that is harmoniously based is going to be really, really important. All right, so those 3 dates again, September 2nd, September 18th, October 12th. They're not magic dates, but you're going to notice you get an opportunity to expand your thinking. Mercury begins the retrograde on September 9th, and it starts out in Libra. It's going to retrograde back into Virgo, so we get a little bit of extra development in that area. And it ends the retrograde on October 2nd in Virgo. Then it re-enters Libra so that it can form that last opposition with Jupiter. During that Mercury retrograde time, get yourself organized. It can be extremely productive for manifesting. Seriously, give energy to what you want. Create your reality and be extra mindful about it. Say things out loud. Right now, the manifestation for sound waves, speaking out loud, saying your word, whether it's singing or saying it out loud, this is what is really hot, hot, hot right now. And during this Mercury retrograde, you get to develop it to the next level. The day after Mercury begins the retrograde, we have a full moon in Pisces, and that full moon is very connected to the new moon in Virgo, which was on August 27th. So what you started at the end of August, hopefully you watched my new moon video, then you get to fully develop and embrace at that full moon on September 10th. Incredibly productive time in September if you jump in with both feet. One last thing about September that I just have to mention, and that is September 26th. We have a very important conjunction between Mercury and Venus, and Neptune is going to be involved with this by opposition. The reason this is important is because it sets up a very, very idealistic energy. I would caution you at that time. You need to be careful towards the end of September that you're not setting up patterns of disappointment, because the world will never live up to your idealistic vision, because you're always going to be 2 or 3 steps ahead, and you're going to lead reality by reaching ahead to what is even more perfect than currently. Okay, so I'm saying this because you're going to be feeling a very strong wave of, gosh, if only the world were like this, or if only I lived up to this level of perfection. You're going to be probably feeling that. You need to understand that that can engage hopefulness and not beat yourself up because you're not living up to that level yet. Okay? So be aware of that and don't let your idealism get in the way of your happiness. So to summarize the astrological patterns for September, just remember, Mercury opposite Jupiter will happen 3 times, 2 times in September. The first one is September 2nd, second time September 18th, and the final time in October on the 12th. This is going to expand your thinking and give you an opportunity to grow. Mercury retrograde starts September 9th and goes until October 2nd. Again, we're talking all things Mercury, which is related to our thinking and our beliefs. Then we have a very wonderful full moon on September 10th, which is very much connected to the new moon on August 27th. Be very mindful of ideas and beliefs that you are planting, energy that you're putting out to the universe, because that full moon can be a manifesting moon for you. And then September 26th, we have this wonderful pattern of idealism that opens up. Remember to be inspired by it, but not to criticize yourself if you haven't reached those levels of perfection that you're going to be able to see. I'm sending you so much love for September, so many blessings, and my wish for you is that you become an even more active person with your positive thinking, with your visualization, and with empowered words flowing through your life, because they're going to manifest. We are in such an important time right now. Thank you. I'm Kathy Rose.